Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about momentum. The definition of momentum is the force that keeps an object moving or keeps an event developing after it has started. When talking about momentum, what I mean is in the realm of videography, of course, but in the realm of work, of momentum continuing to work and continuing to keep busy. And I just want to talk a little bit about my experience with that and some things that I've learned along the way. So here's a little analogy that helps me understand momentum a little bit easier. So pretend you have like a candle, like a flame, and when you do a project, that is like a spark to the flame. That the flame kind of grows big and it's alive and it's thriving. So every day that you're not working is a day that the flame is slowly getting smaller. Momentum is all about keeping that flame burning, keeping it alive. Why do I think momentum is important? Let's just talk about physically, like in the world, the perception of momentum. So when you see someone that's really busy, that's putting out a lot of work, putting out a lot of content, especially if the work that they're doing is good, then that's putting them way up on the pedestal in your mind of who is achieving good things in the realm of videography. Content that is showing that you understand your craft and that you're learning and that you're experimenting, that all adds to the momentum of how other people perceive you. So that is, I think, hugely important, maybe like 50%. So like 50% of why I think momentum is important is how other people see you. So you want people to see that you're busy, you want people to see that you're doing good work, you want people to see that you're doing it right now, so that if a friend of theirs brings up that they need video work, that you'll come to mind straight away and they can easily kind of go to your page, see what you're up to right now. They will be confident in recommending you or approaching you if they have work that they need done. If you're an up-and-coming videographer or you want to immerse yourself in the community, and you see another videographer that's consistently posting content, that's keeping busy, working with some great people, then that's someone that you want to surround yourself with. That's someone that you want to network with. If you go quiet for 2 months, people are going to forget about you. Other people will come to mind when they think of video work. If you haven't posted for a couple months or 6 months, people might think you've changed career, people might think you've moved to another country, they wouldn't know what your kind of current skills are like. So it's so important to consistently exist, to be out there on the streets, to be taking photos, uploading them online, communicating and engaging with the community. That's huge. The other 50% is what happens inside here. Everyone's different, of course, but for me, what happens inside my mind is, I think, what's gonna make or break me. The thing that holds most people back, I think, is what's in the mind. Fear, doubt, expectations, all these emotions and feelings that are stopping us from progressing and taking risks. That's just human nature, and the people who can understand that and fight through that and kind of create opportunities from that fear and uncertainty, they're the ones who are going to succeed, I believe. So that's definitely something I'm trying to get better at and trying to be more aware of. Let's just take an example. You do a project on Monday, okay? You film it, you edit it for the next 3 days or week, let's say week. You deliver it to the client, it's great. You go back and forth, you create this really cool video that you're really proud of. The client really likes it, it gets posted, it gets engagement, it's great. And then that week passes. For me, if I go a whole week of not having done any work or anything related to videography, especially because videography is my passion, that's what keeps that fire burning inside of me, like that candle analogy. Unless I've consciously taken like a break because I'm so burned out, my mind will start doubting and start questioning and start hesitating. As the days and weeks go by, that candle starts to diminish and the momentum actually picks up in the other direction. The momentum of the candle shrinking actually becomes faster, and the doubt and the expectations keep creeping into my mind, and That's something I've become very aware of throughout this year of doing videography, trying to do it full time, is that the times that I'm not busy are the times that it can spiral into a longer period of no projects. But when I've been busy, or when I've found a client that's given me consistent work for, say, a month or two every week, for just maybe a day or two a week, that momentum has kept the fire burning enough to keep me just positive on a daily basis, where I feel comfortable kind of going out and hustling and trying to find new clients. It naturally kind of gets better as long as I keep myself busy. Everyone has ups and downs in their days, weeks, months, in their lives. Everyone goes up and down, but as long as you're kind of going up and down on like a scale which is going upwards, you're heading in the right direction. So it's not bad that you maybe go down for a couple weeks or a week, or as long as you understand that you need to keep busy to keep the momentum, or else you're going to start losing momentum and losing it quickly. Being creative is kind of working that part of your brain that's making you think outside the box, think differently. Finding ways to do that is hugely valuable. So you do that when you're working with a client. The fact that you have a client that's expecting a piece of work and that you're getting paid for it adds that pressure to deliver something, which is so important. From my experience, it's been a lot easier to deliver on creative projects when there's someone else that I have to deliver to. But what is also important is to go out of your way to add that pressure to yourself, to make yourself accountable for creating projects. The second point is learning new things. So this is another way that I've found to keep that fire burning. This is a really tricky one though, because learning new things, what I mean is, say you go on YouTube and you look at a few tutorials of effects that you've seen in some travel videos that might be trendy at the moment that you see everyone's doing. So you learning how to do that is hugely valuable. You're learning a new skill. You're learning something that you might be able to apply in a project later on. I've had that countless times where I'm just messing around. Some of my favorite creative projects have been from me just wanting to learn an effect and apply that effect to a little video. So it's definitely hard, and there's no real recipe for how to make that happen, but being able to push yourself to learn and applying that to a piece of content of yours is a great way to keep that fire burning. You have to be careful with it, because I feel I've sometimes gotten caught up in consuming content, consuming all this information, all these tutorials, watching all these videos, being inspired by so many different videos that it's almost overwhelming and I end up doing nothing about it. There's a balance where you get inspired by a piece of content and you go make a piece of content instead of just letting it slide and be forgotten. You're so sure of where you want to be, but then you don't do anything about it. And I've done this countless times, and there's so many variables as to why. Like maybe you watch it at night and you forget, or maybe you don't have time, or maybe you're not sure how, maybe it's more difficult than you thought. But it's so important to try and get there, to just try and move that needle just a little bit. When you get inspired, try and think of why that inspires you. Try and think of how you can apply that to your own life, to your own work, and just try and play around with it and keep yourself busy that way. The way I want to end this video is saying how, one, me taking out the camera and just filming this little video for you guys about momentum came about, one, because I haven't got many projects to do right now. Me pulling out the camera and talking to you guys, trying to share some advice and tips, and me reflecting on kind of past projects that I've done has reignited that flame. Another thing is, once this video ends, right after I stop recording, I'm going to shoot a few sequences within my house of me just doing pretty pointless tasks, but I'm going to use it as a test for me to try and shoot some cinematic sequences. Jackie and I are going to play around with color grading, and we're going to use this footage to experiment and try and work on different techniques. Having an outlet where I can experiment and try new things is so valuable for me as a videographer in the future and my journey to being better and better. So having a place like this where I can just put the things that I'm learning and trying out is hugely valuable to me. So Thanks for watching. That's me. I'm going to wrap it up here. Please comment below any experiences you've had with momentum and what it means to you and how you make sure you keep that momentum in your life and your career. Enjoy the video, guys. See you next time.